Hey everybody, it's Mike. I am going to do my top 10 horror franchise list. This is the list of the franchises that are currently in my top 10, the ones that I enjoy watching the majority of the movies. There are some on this list that I only like a couple to three, um, but this is my top 10 right now. It could change. I start watching Children of the Corn, that may end up being in my top 10 the next time I do a franchise list. But I'm going to start out with an honorable mention, and that is Jaws. I, of course, loved the first one. The second one I really liked. It was faster paced and a little more gory. So I liked part two better. And then I also liked part three. Not enough to own it. And same with part four, the Revenge. Woof. Nope. So, start with my list. Number 10 is Scream. A lot of people rag on these movies. I don't know. They're horror movies. They're slasher movies. Yes, they're supposed to be quote-unquote parodies of horror. If that's what you think they are, fine. I just consider them fun little horror movies. I did like the first two a lot. Three, okay. Four and five, I really don't watch too often. Therefore, they are at number 10 on my list. So I really basically just like two. Paranormal Activity. I'm not a found footage fan. I did like Cloverfield. But Blair Witch, I never really got into that one. I think it was because of the camera, bouncing around so much. It kind of gave me a headache whenever I went to see it at the theater. But I did try to like it. It just didn't happen. The noise behind me is my kitten Binks being crazy. But I never did see these like at the theater. I didn't rent them. I didn't stream them. But they were doing a marathon one day on one of my cable channels, and I ended up really liking one and two, and then three kind of grew on me, and actually four. I'll watch it too. I like the little blonde girl who is the lead in that movie. So yeah, Paranormal is number 9 for me. Number 8, this is probably where the hate will start, and actually I'm surprised it's as high as it is because I'm not a fan. That would be Chucky. Child's Play. I thought the first one was fun, campy. I mean, how many times can a doll kill people? I don't know. I don't care if it's possessed by Satan. I just don't get it. But I did like the first one for what it was. The same with the second one. I liked it for what it was. I didn't care for any of the others other than Bride of Chucky, and the only reason I liked Bride of Chucky was because of Jennifer Tilly and John Ritter. Pretty much the only reason I liked that movie. The only two that I own is the first one and this one. The only reason I own this one is because it has an actor named Brennan Elliott that I really like. This movie is okay. Another one that's going to give me some hate is Nightmare on Elm Street. This is it. I own 1, 2, and 3. After that, it's just too schlocky. I can't deal with one-line Freddy killing people. Either be a comedy and make the deaths funny, sort of like the Horror Pack, Chillerama, or be a horror movie. I don't know. I can't do them both. That's just me. But like I said, 1, 2, and 3, that was it, and the remake was horrible. So this will probably give me some grief because the pervy director, the pedophile director, normally I would completely follow everybody else and abandon him, but I like the first two movies so much that I don't know, just can't. And plus, I didn't know anything about that until I heard it on Dead Meat, that he refused to review any of his movies because of the pervy. But, this may drop off. The more I think about it, who knows? It may be replaced. But I do own all three of these right now. And I love the steelbook. I love these crazy looking steelbooks. Next one is another crazy looking steelbook. That is Wrong Turn. The first one just flipped me out. I don't know, it gets a lot of hate too, and I don't know why it didn't do better in the theaters, because it is it's pretty intense. Thinking about inbreds and the mountains, you know, getting people and killing them and eating them. Yeah, scary. I liked the first one and I liked the second one. After that, it did drop off for me. I do own 1, 2, and 3. That is as far as I'm going to go because number 4 just absolutely ticked me off. And after that, I've never watched any of the others. Another one that I like 3 and have all 3, and this gets a little more love because I actually like all these movies pretty well, and that's Hatchet. Old Victor Crowley running around ripping the spines out of people and swishing heads and cutting stuff off. Yeah, he's splitting heads in half by the jaws. Yeah, it's pretty gross, but I like it. All right, number 3 for me. Now, 1, 2, and 3 were hard for me to decide, but the reason 3 and 2 are 3 and 2 is because there were some movies in them that I didn't particularly care for, and that I don't really watch. So number 3 for me will be Friday the 13th. I do like most of them, and I even like the 2009 remake that everybody likes to rag on. I like a lot of the actors that are in that movie, and they've gone on to do great stuff. The guy that everybody hated, Travis Van Winkle, I really like him. So, the ones I don't like, and it's pretty much the same as everybody else, that would be Jason Goes to Hell. One, because it just doesn't fit with the rest of the Jason movies. It's some alien thing that goes out of the body of Jason when some doctor eats parts of Jason's heart or whatever. No. I mean, there were some actors in this movie, and that's the only reason that I own it. There were some old 80s actors, and then there was this guy named Leslie Jordan that I get a kick out of, and I own most of his stuff, so I do own that movie for that reason. The other one that I don't particularly care for is Jason Takes Manhattan. I know it's got one of the more popular scenes, kills, when Jason and the guy are fighting up on the roof, and Jason takes one swing and knocks the guy's head off. Okay, that's fine. The rest of it was just kind of dark and scuzzy, and it even had. I wish I could think of her name right off the top of my head, but I can't. But she was Miss Teen USA, the Asian, beautiful, long dark hair. She got choked in the dance clubs. And I was glad that they didn't give her a gruesome death because I probably would have never watched it again. But yeah, like that. I like that series. Just has a couple of them, and even the part 5 where it's not really Jason, it's that other dude. It's okay. I'll watch that one more than I will the other. Number 2 would be Halloween. I like all of the Halloween movies except for the Rob Zombies. Can't do it. I have tried to like Rob Zombie. I just have to take a bath after each time I try to watch one of his movies, so I can't do it. I understand people kind of liked part 2. No. I literally got up and walked out of the theater, and I have very rarely done that at a horror movie. So, the Rob Zombies knock it down to number 2. I did like the 2018 remake, no matter how much people want to say it was overhyped. I enjoyed it. It was good. And I do count all remakes, reboots, whatever, cartoon versions, TV versions, whatever. If it says Halloween in it, even Halloween 3, the Season of the Witch that had nothing to do with Michael, I like that one. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good Halloween movie. It's not a Michael Myers movie, but it's a good Halloween movie. No matter what you want to say, it's adequately creepy, and the kills are pretty gory. That poor woman who gets zapped in the face with that beam, that just stuck with me forever. And the little boy with all the snakes and everything coming out of his head. Yeah. All right, so number 1, my final franchise is Final Destination. Yep, I like all 5 of them. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care Part 3's characters weren't built up. I don't care. I liked them all. I thought it was a great series. It is one that is gross without being cheesy or too gross. I mean, there are some death scenes that are pretty ugh. And I think that may be why I like it so much. This first one was just, I don't know, it was a game changer for me. It was one of those where I could not wait for the next one to come out, and I really wish they would do more. But they probably won't. So that is my top 10 horror franchise list. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like Evil Dead and all those, one that I haven't seen also, I haven't been able to put it on my list or not put it on my list, and that is Sleepaway Camp. I've only seen the first one, and that was one of those movies that just kind of escaped me whenever I was getting into horror. I'm not quite sure how it is, but I have seen it. I need to watch the other two. Or the other. I know there's more than two, but I've been told 2 and 3 are good. Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Help me build my channel. And thanks for everything, guys. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.